So this is my review of the Captain's Club in Bournemouth. I went there this weekend with my best friend to take her out for her hen party. So I actually can't make her proper hen party because I am expecting my baby a week before. So instead, I thought I'd treat her to a nice spa weekend close to where she lives and just enjoy chatting and catching up. So this video is just a review of the Captain's Club itself. We were only there for one night, so it's a very much kind of basic explanation as to what we loved, what we didn't love, and also just some things that I think need a bit of improvement. I've also got some notes down here, so I will be reading off them because I don't want to forget any of that kind of juicy information. So just to start off with, I found that the booking system was okay. I had to contact them directly to ask about spa packages. I did actually do a massive, what would you call it, comparison across 7 or 8 other spa packages, either in the area or within the south of England, because the original idea I had was to take her to somewhere I've already been, but unfortunately because she doesn't drive, it was a little bit challenging. So it needed to be somewhere local to where she lives. So we found Captain's Club, and I chose that based on the fact that it had the best value for money, ticked all my boxes, and what was included in our package matched my needs. So we went for a luxury twin bedroom with breakfast and dinner included. And then I additionally had to pay for spa treatments on top of that. And the spa treatments weren't too expensive. So that was kind of the ultimate reasoning behind that. I got everything I needed, but at the same time, it was for a price point that met my needs. So there was very much lots of kind of like on the phone, trying to book type things once I decided on the Captain's Club, which I thought was really clunky. It would just be great if they could send an email where you just book through, and if they automated that process, I think it would probably impact a few more regular bookings if that was something that was more accessible to people. Secondly, once they'd kind of confirmed that, they got me to put my credit card details, so I didn't pay anything in advance, although I would have preferred to. I didn't pay anything in advance. They took kind of like a blank deposit and then sent me my details via email, which was fine. But I think the details on the email are missing things, and it's, as I said, it's just not very fluid. So there's definitely an admin side of improvement there. Although they were very responsive and they answered all my questions and were extremely friendly, so they are massive pluses to me. I didn't receive a confirmation email kind of the first 48 hours before we were due to arrive, which worried me a little bit, because usually you kind of get like, we're looking forward to your stay, just confirming those last bits of information, and I didn't get that. So I did actually email the morning of, 1, to just confirm that they still had the booking, but 2, to request whether we could have early check-in. Now, I went back on my emails and they do offer early check-in, but we have to call in advance just in case the rooms are booked and stuff like that. Unfortunately, they had a full hotel, so they couldn't offer early check-in for us, which was a shame, but it was absolutely fine. Our plans didn't bank on early check-in, so it was okay. So we got there, they looked after our luggage for us, and we went over to have a little walk along the bank. We went to the boathouse, which is located about a 5-minute walk away from the Captain's Club. It's basically like a really nice bar and restaurant on the like riverfront, and I would say that that's another plus, is the location of the Captain's Club is really lovely. You've got boats, you've got walking paths, you've got restaurants, you've also got a high street, which is another 5-minute walk from the Captain's Club, with a plethora of restaurants, pubs, charity shops, and nail bars. So there's so much to do there, and if I had spent more time there, I definitely would have got into some of those charity shops and done a little bit more exploring. So once we had done all of that, some exploration and got a drink at the boathouse, we went back to the hotel for our spa treatment. So you do have to book use of the spa facilities in advance. Luckily, I read the small print and I did do this. So I booked the spa facilities, which is basically like hydrotherapy pool. It's extremely warm in there, and you've got sun lounges all around the edge, a sauna and a steam room. I'm pregnant, so I couldn't use the sauna and steam room, but I liked using the pool and I liked just sitting on the lounges doing nothing in warmth and in my swimming costume. And once we'd spent some time lounging around, we were then called to our spa treatments. We managed to kind of fill out our spa treatment forms in advance, and it was a very lovely, straightforward process. They came and collect us from the pool, and I had a facial and my friend had a massage, back, neck and shoulders, and we both said that they were really lovely. I can't speak on behalf of the massage, but the facial was what I expected. It was a 25-minute facial and it cost me £50, and there was the 25-minute back, neck and shoulders massage, and that was also £50. So yeah, and we also got to do it in the same room, which I really like. So it's a dual room. They've got 2 beds next to each other. You've got 2 spa therapists in there with you, and that's a really nice option to have if you do want to do, for example, a couples treatment. After that, we went back to the pool for some more lounging and really enjoyed that. When it was time to kind of get ready, we decided that we went back to our room, we checked in. The room was lovely, the size is great, and the view was also really nice. We had a view of the river and boats, and it was lovely. The downfalls to that, however, are they don't clean their windows, which is such a shame because it has such an impactful, I don't know, it just has such a negative impact on you when you walk in the room, because you can see the kind of the rain stains. You know, when you have dirty windows, nobody likes looking through a dirty window, and I just think that needs to be a big part of what they offer, because they sell themselves as a water view hotel, and a big part of that is that people book because they have a lovely view, and if the view is kind of stained by streaks of rain and dirt, then it's a little bit disappointing. So it is disappointing for a kind of a posh luxury hotel. Apart from that, the rooms are really lovely. So after we'd got ready in our hotel room, we checked it out. We also walked over to the high street to get just a snack. So we went to one of the local franchised restaurants, and then we got some food there. We followed that with some nails. So you can get your nails done at the spa hotel if you want. I just think they're a bit expensive, and my experience with spas and offering beauty treatments like that aren't always the best. So we went to just kind of your local standard nail bar. Holly got some nails, some acrylic nails. I got a pedicure, which actually was amazing. I've got pedicures in the past in the UK, and I've been so disappointed with the quality of them, the horrible outcome of them, like damaged nails or just not good enough. But I think it was run by a Korean group of people, and it was amazing. The pedicure had everything I wanted. It was £30, and I would 100% recommend that if you do go to that area. After we got our nails done, we went back to the hotel, got ready, nice and leisurely. They managed to extend our reservation to 7:15. So originally we were booked at 6 p.m. and then they moved us to 7:15 just because we got carried away with our nails. So we needed that extra time. The food was the best part of the trip, and the hotel itself mainly. We had a package deal, so it is a separate menu to the kind of usual menu that you get offered, but the menu's really good, and I chose a fish cake and a hake with potatoes and greens. You can only choose, it's a 2-course meal that's included, but it's really great value for money, and the food was really delicious, and it's very generous sized fish, which I'm always impressed by. You obviously have to pay for drinks on top of that, which are expensive. However, The bar staff were amazing and accommodated me extremely well. I obviously cannot drink alcohol, and they didn't do non-alcoholic drinks by the glass, it was by the bottle. Nobody wants to buy a whole bottle of non-alcoholic wine. So anyway, they couldn't offer me what they did have on offer because they had run out, and instead they basically said, if this isn't nice or if it doesn't work for you, we won't charge you for it. They also offered the bottle just for the cost of one glass rather than the whole bottle itself, because it's not something I wanted. I only ended up drinking half the bottle of wine. It was my first red non-alcoholic wine that I actually liked. I was so surprised because non-alcoholic red wine is usually revolting. But it was really good, and I'm going to post about that just somewhere in this screen and post a picture of the bottle because I was really impressed, and I do think that deserves a shout out. As I said, I just want to really reiterate how amazing the staff were. That also, along with the food, made the hotel for me. From the reception staff to the bar staff to the waiters. Amazing. And that is the biggest thing that I look for when you're in a hotel. You want to feel like royalty. You want to feel treated, and they definitely met that need. So these are just the main negatives that I found, which I think if I was talking to kind of like the head of the hotel, this is the feedback that I would give. So number one is the outside of the building does need some TLC. You do enter the car park and just think, oh, it looks a little bit like a shithole. Just because the walls are a little bit dirty. Obviously it's by the sea, so there's a lot of wind, a lot of air pollution from boats and all of that. So it does need a wash. That's how I'd put it. The building needs a wash. There's also just other things that were just hanging around, like doors that just needed replacing, plants that needed a little bit of TLC. You know, like I've worked in 5-star hotels, and the hotels that I worked in would not be at that standard. This is a 4-star hotel, and I understand that it's 4 stars, but you just want to put that effort in. You want people's first impressions to be positive. So that's one of those really important things that I think probably needs to be worked on. The second thing is just like checking the rooms regularly. So we had a 3-legged lamp in our room, which we did actually need. I felt like I needed it because I like lights, I like lamps, and I like making nice ambience, and our bulb didn't work, like a basic thing like that, and just check bulbs, you know. The next thing that was a bit jarring was the lack of shampoo and conditioner in the room. So you get those like really small sized travel pots. They only had 1 pot of shampoo, 1 pot of conditioner. Now usually I do think you get 1 per person. We had 1 between 2 women. One of them has really thick brown hair, and it's pregnancy hair, so there's so much of it. So we were really scraping the bottle for shampoo and conditioner when we had our shower, and it only lasted us 1 shower. So let's say you wanted to have a shower on both days, it didn't work. So just things like that, just customer service, basic things. I understand lack of waste and you don't want people like taking the bottles, but maybe just check who your residents are, and if it's 2 women, put an extra bottle in there. If it's 2 men, maybe they only need 1. Now, I'm not being sexist, but like if they have short hair, they're not going to need a whole bottle. And that's pretty much it from me about the Captain's Club in Bournemouth. Overall, it is a lovely place. I had a really good experience. I would definitely go back. It's dog friendly, and I didn't know that, but if it did go back, I would definitely be bringing my dog with me, and that's such a luxury, but 100% would recommend. So I'm going to do one of my TV reviews as part of this vlog. The reason being is because it's such a long journey, especially for me. Now, if you're traveling from London or other parts of the UK, then you will find yourself maybe sitting in a car or sitting on a train for a long time. I live in Kent, and I had to get a train from where I live to London, Waterloo, and get the train from Waterloo East to Bournemouth. That train journey is about an hour and a half just from London. So if you're coming from London, you will want something to fill your time, which is why I'm doing a film review or a TV review. I have done some more in previous vlogs, so go and check them out if you do love TV, but TV is really important for me, and that's why I want to give you a recommendation. So the recommendation of today is The White Lotus. Reason being, it's something I'm currently watching, it's fresh in my mind, and I absolutely love The White Lotus. It's one of the best things I've watched of all time. Strong statement, but I think it's so cleverly done. And I'm currently on season 3. It's being released every Sunday night or Monday morning, depending on where your location is. If you're in the States, it's Sunday night. If you're in the UK, it's early Monday morning. I would 100% recommend binge watching this because it's so entertaining and you just want to find out what happens. So the concept of The White Lotus is a hotel franchise. Each series is located in a different part of the world. For example, Series 1 is located in Hawaii, Series 2 is located in Sicily, and Series 3 is located in Thailand. And each series focuses on a different group of American guests. Now, the cast does change per season. However, there are some follow-through storylines. So I'm not going to give that away. I'm not going to talk about that too much, but I do love when different seasons link together and you get those regular holiday goers that love a specific brand or franchise and just keep going back. Just you find them in a different country. So that's a kind of underarching theme of the series. So the first series is focused on a group of wealthy guests and also the staff. Now, all the series kind of follows some staff stories, some guest stories, and you get to basically find out some secrets about the guests or the staff. You also get to experience lots of tension and lots of drama, which I love. You also start off each series with a murder, or somebody has been killed or dies. Maybe they don't die of murder, who knows? But that happens at the beginning, and then it flashes back to the beginning of the holiday. So you kind of start the series at the end of the holiday where there's a murder or something mysterious happening. And then within that episode, the first episode, it flashes back to 5 days earlier, 7 days earlier, when the guests arrive to the hotel location. So in each episode, the stories are interconnected. You may find different cast members interlinking with each other. And at the end of the series, you do find out who dies and who killed them. So in series 1, you have a cast of Murray Bartlett. I'm looking at my notes because I can't remember everyone. Connie Britton, Jennifer Coolidge, Steve Zahn, Sydney Sweeney, Brittany O'Grady, and Alexandra Daddario, who I also love. She's great. So that's your main cast for season 1. Season 2, very similar kind of plot line, but you've got a different cast. So you've got F. Murray Abraham. So he's a guest. Adam DeMarco, another guest. Aubrey Plaza, a guest. Will Sharp, another guest. And Tom Hollander, Simona Tabasco, she is a local woman who becomes tangled within the guests, and Beatrice Grano, a hotel worker. There is somebody else in that, but I don't want to tell you who it is because I don't want to give anything away. And then in the final kind of cast, because it's currently coming out, I'm not going to say who's in the cast, but you do have a few people from series 1 and series 2 pop up, but it is kind of the guests that are present within this series are all brand new. So it's very exciting. You'll recognize at least one person in each series, and it's very exciting to find out what happens and how it happens. Thank you so much for watching this vlog and going through my review of the Captain's Club in Bournemouth, as well as my White Lotus review. Something to watch whilst you are travelling to your spa weekend, if you do decide to do a spa weekend to the Captain's Club.